Namaskar friends, welcome to the session of Quality of India, myself Aryan Vishwakarma, and in this module we are going to learn about two key matrices which are very popularly used in industry, which is first time yield and rolled throughput yield. So friends, let's first understand first time yield. So when we talk about first time yield, this is basically the most common way of calculating process yield, and this is the probabilities of defect free output from a process. This matrix considers only the criteria at the end of the process. So when we talk about first time yield, this is basically unit sensitive, which basically means that it doesn't matter whether the unit was having some defect or not. If the unit has gone through the process, and even though if the defect has been corrected, it will be considered as okay product. So it basically does not capture how many defects or how much defects has been occurring and whether those have been corrected or not. That is not of any interest to this calculation. So we know about the concept of hidden factories, wherein within a factory there are some rework lines and people will keep on reworking various materials for many kind of defects like burr or rust or something else. So if the material is getting reworked, and after rework if the material is okay and acceptable, then roll throughput yield is not going to capture that kind of rework. It will be treating everything as okay because the final output it is going to calculate in terms of number. So the numbers what you are getting out of the process would be the same. So the rework process is not going to affect the first time yield process. So in certain cases when the business needs to show performance of the organization to various financial analysts, they would not like to show reverse and other things. So first time yield is a very business friendly kind of metric. Now let's understand how to calculate first time yield. So the calculation of first time yield is very simple. It is basically the number of good units produced divided by the number of total units going into the process. So this is going to the formula to calculate first time yield. Number of good units produced, that means how many good parts we have got out from the process divided by total number of units or parts going through the process. That will be my first time yield. So for an example, if I have 4 sub processes, let's talk about a manufacturing process wherein I have 4 sub processes. For an example, in a stamping process, blanking, piercing, and then forming, and then restriking. There are 4 processes. And if 100 parts are entering to the process, and finally the 100 parts out from the process. So to calculate the first time yield, we need to calculate the yield, which will be number out from each step divided by number into the step of each step, and we need to multiply them together. So let's understand this concept with one example. So here we can see there is basically a process wherein we have 4 steps. So in step 1, which is the first step, 100 parts enter the process and 90 leaves. That means there are some rejections. So the yield over here would be 0.9, and then 90 parts enter to the next process, and over here 80 leaves. That means there are 10 rejections. So yield over here would be 0.89, and in third process we can see 80 parts enters and 75 leaves. That means 5 are rejection. So yield over here would be 75 divided by 80, which will be okay part divided by total number of part entering to the process. So this is going to be 94%, and in the fourth process 75 parts or okay parts from the previous operation that is going to enter over here, and then 70 leaves this process. So there are 5 rejections over here. So here okay parts are 70 and 75 parts enter into the process. So the yield would be 0.93. That is basically 70 divided by 75 or 93%. So total yield of this process would be A multiplied by B multiplied by C multiplied by D. That means yield of all the processes I am going to multiply, and that will be 0.9 multiplied by 0.89 multiplied by 0.94 multiplied by 0.93, which is 0.70 or 70% of yield. There is a simpler way to calculate this first time yield over here, which will be 100 parts entering to the process and the final output is 70. So this will be 70, which is the final outcome, divided by total number of parts entered into the process, that is the first process. So this will be 70 divided by 100, which will be 70%. So friends, first time yield, which is also called first part yield, this is a very good a way of measuring the amount of rework we are doing in any process. And this is an excellent cost of quality matrix, because in cost of quality we know that there are various kinds of cost, including cost of poor quality. And if we calculate first time yield, this basically covers certain critical aspects for the business. Now when we talk about rolled throughput yield, this is basically the probabilities of passing all in-process criteria for each step in a process as well as all end process criteria. So roll throughput yield is defect sensitive, unlike first time yield or first pass yield, which was unit sensitive. So as we have seen that in case of first pass yield or first time yield, we have considered number of units coming out from the process. Defect was not considered over here, but here in case of roll throughput yield, we are going to capture defects being occurring in each of the process steps. So here in this case, if the process or any process steps that is having some defect, then the yield from that process step would be less. So even though if the parts are getting corrected in each of the process steps through some rework process, roll throughput yield is going to capture them, whereas first pass yield is not going to capture. Now let's understand the difference between first time yield and roll throughput yield with some examples. I'm sure that with this example, your understanding on both the concept will be more clear. So the case what we are going to see over here is a very simple one. We have two manufacturing steps, A and B, and total 100 parts entered into this process. And we can see at step A, 100 part enters and the yield is 95%. 5 parts are getting reworked. Those are not rejected, but those are getting reworked. So the yield over here is 95%. And then it goes to the next process step, that is B, and over here again yield is 95%. And finally we get 100 parts as outputs. But we have some rework going on at A and B, both cases. And because of those rework, parts are not getting rejected, those are getting accepted. So 100 are the input and 100 parts are the outputs. Now let's understand how to calculate this first time yield and roll throughput yield. So to calculate first time yield, since I got 100 part as an output over here, my formula would be 100 divided by input 100. So output is 100 and input is 100. So my first time yield would be 1 or 100%. And this is not capturing any rework being done in any of the process steps. Now roll throughput yield would be yield at step 1 and yield at step 2, that is 95 and 95, which will be multiplication of 0.95 and 0.95. So this is going to be 90% only. So we can see here with this simple example, this first time yield is unit sensitive, whereas roll throughput yield is defect sensitive. So in terms of practicality and in terms of continual improvement process, you should be using roll throughput yield as a good measure, because this captures rework and this provides you opportunity to make improvement. Whereas first time yield is not highlighting any defects or any correction which is being done during the process steps. So I hope friends, with this module you must have learned something, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon and share the link of the video with your friends and colleagues. And don't forget to explore our online training cum certification program. Do visit our websites, and in case of any query or in case of any requirement for consultancy, you can reach us. Take care friends. Jai Hind.